Welcome to Same Spit, Different Face TV. Well, my opinions is facts, and if you don't like my opinions, you can start your own podcast. And it's free. So don't forget to spit on the like button, the subscribe button, and the notification. If you clicked on this video to hear about 50 Cent almost catching Joe Budden lacking, I need you to hit the like button. If you clicked on this video to hear about 50 Cent response to 42 Dugg giving Big Meech money, I need you to hit the like button. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Now, Spit Squad, the first story we'll jump into is 42 Dugg's giving Big Meech money. This is also another situation where 50 Cent basically trying to prove that Big Meech cooperated. Now, 50 Cent posts a text message, and it says, laugh, LOL, not gonna blow you up, bro, but Cuffy Nephew said he has the audio of him and 42 Dugg on a three-way with Meech. They about to drop it. Of him confronting Meech. He said Meech was down bad, so he sent him money to him, and Meech and Merch put him with Tammy. He got a record to prove it. Confronting him saying what, champ? Oh, him setting up Cuffy to originally get out early. Dude gave real life, and I'm sure at the last one was information. And then 50 Cent replied and said, at 42 Dugg, your daddy, my ninja, love you and cheese because of Q. You made a mistake giving Screech 100K. You could have given that to the homies. Hey, 50 Cent a smart guy, man. This boy's decisive. Hey, this boy's good. That man's good at what he do. So 50 Cent is cool with 42 Dugg's pops. So he didn't really try to spank him on the internet. He didn't try to berate him. He didn't try to downgrade him. He didn't try to talk crazy. He basically just showed proof that, hey, 42 Dugg confronted Meech about what he was doing and who he was. But he also let it be known that somebody else said, yo, he got on the phone with him, and it proves that he really tried to give it up. They got the record and they're going to drop it. But the part where 50 Cent is sinister, he put that he gave him 100K and he said you could have split that with your homies. Now 42 Dugg homies is looking at him like, man, bro, you this dude come home, you don't know him, he ain't been holding you down, he ain't been on the road with you, he ain't been getting no money with you, he ain't been getting into it with the ops with you, he ain't been catching cases, carrying guns, whatever that case may be, whatever they feel like they have done to be a part of his crew or to solidify themselves as their homies. Now 42 Dugg got to look at them and be like, man, I ain't get that man no 100K, man, that boy trolling. And he may even have to come out to address this publicly just so, because this is what you got to understand, man. It's never going to come from the guys, right? The guys are always passive aggressive a lot of the times, right? It'll be the guy out in front who getting the money, the guy who moving and shaking, and the people in the background, they'll kind of just go along with whatever's going on. But what ends up happening is that person who's on your team goes home one night and his baby mama say, yo, the rent due, we need rent paid. And I'm down 500 on rent, or bring some Pampers over here for your child, or whatever the request may be. The request can be a request just to start an issue. She may not even need it, but she knows she want to get back at you, right? So what ends up happening when you tell her, hold on, I have it in a couple of days, or you tell her, I ain't got it right now, but I'll have it, or you tell her, I got it, but I got something else to do with it, give me a few days. Now, depending on what type of girl you got or baby mama you got or whatever she asking you for, she may even set you up for the okie doke. She may let you get a few leeway and then go past the deadline of what you said you was gonna do. Boom, you gonna miss that deadline by a day, by half a day, and she gonna text your phone. Man, you running around with Dugg trying to be all up his ass, and you broke, can't give your kid Pampers, can't help me pay on the rent, can't do XYZ, but he out here giving Big Meech 100K, but you supposed to be his homie. You so stupid. Boom. Everything, the whole operation blew up now. Now this guy gotta go wonder why. Yeah, man, why this nigga? And now it's inner fighting. It's people talking behind people back. It's niggas trying to figure out who really who. And now 42 Dugg got a mole in his camp. Somebody who may be leaking information to 50 Cent. Somebody who may be leaking information to somebody else. Somebody who may be upset about this little situation and they trying to figure out how to get another bag. Hey, when you ain't taking care of your people and your people holding stuff down for you, they holding you down on the road, they making sure that your name's certified in the street. If anybody try to say something about whatever that may be, man, if you ain't doing that, they ready to go pick up another bag somewhere else. So if it's somebody else on the other side who willing to get them a bag, they'll be like, man, he eating, I ain't eating, I gotta eat, my family gotta eat. And I know a lot of y'all gonna say that's disloyal for them to do, but that's just how the streets go, man. When you got people around you, you gotta feed them. You gotta give them opportunity. You gotta present things to them. Now, what they do with those opportunities, and that don't mean you gotta keep giving them 100,000 or keep giving them 20,000 or 10,000 or 5,000 every time you see them. Maybe you give them a job and see if they're capable of the job. If they're not capable of the job, get rid of them, fire them, get them away from you. But at least they not around you feeling like you using them. Once you figure out they ain't moving in the same direction, they ain't trying to change their life, they ain't trying to be an engineer, they ain't trying to get the food, they ain't trying to roll the weed, whatever the job is, get them from around you, because long as they're around you, they gonna feel entitled. They gonna feel like, man, I'm the one who hold you down, man. When niggas talk crazy about you, remember I beat up, what you call that, whatever that may be. But man, 50 Cent diabolical, I'm not gonna lie. Now, for the Joe Budden part, Joe Budden, he didn't even really get into it too much about the story, but basically what he was at the strip club, and what he believed is one of them bartenders dropped his location on 50 Cent and said, but it didn't even have to be the bartender. It could have been one of the dancers. It could have been the club owner. But I know Joe Budden would probably look at it like, yo, I spend so much money in these establishments, these strip club owners wouldn't want to, drop my location. And I'm not saying they did drop that location, but if Joe feel like that, he got to stop feeling like that. Why? Because sometimes these owners may be having a slow week. You ain't coming there all the time. You got a girl. You probably finna get married. You be on podcasting. You might be in. You getting older. Your run at the strip club may be getting shorter. Hey, man, if I can get a free appearance from 50 Cent and charge $10,000 a section, I can take bottles from $200 a bottle to $500 a bottle, and I can charge $500 for men at the door to get in the club. Women get in free before. Like, it's always a play when it come to getting money, when it come to doing business. Especially, a lot of people don't understand the strip club is street business. The strip club not for the weak, strip club not for the soft. A lot of people go in there because they just going in there, oh, I want to have a good time. I want to see some naked ladies. I just got off work. I'm stressed. I want a stress reliever. But that's still the streets when you're in a street club. A lot of street dudes come in there, a lot of drug dealers, a lot of shooters, a lot of stick-up kids come in there to see who throwing that money around there. A lot of gang members. That's a street life. That is an after-hour spot. You going to the strip club about 12. You're not leaving there till about 6 a.m., 7 a.m. You may be going there about 11. Whatever it may be, people who go to the strip club need to understand that the strip club is a part of the street life. It is not it's not like going into Walmart after midnight. It's not like a upstanding establishment. It's not like you going just to the dentist. Yes, it's a business, it's an establishment, but it definitely has a street element to it no matter where you go. So something like that, it could have been anybody who dropped that location and let 50 know he in there. It could have been one of 50 homies in there. And you have to understand that when people in the streets, they know people who know people who know people that they don't even know. So you might be somewhere and one of 50 Cent homies, one of 50 Cent homies, Lil Man's cousin might be out in the streets that 50 Cent never met, but he might be like, let me text my mans and see if his uncle still be running around with 50 Cent and let him know Joe Budden in the club right now. Then he send that text message. Hey, Joe Budden in the club right now. Tell your uncle to tell 50, get over here. Or, man, you never know, but Joe Budden basically say, man, he got out of there just before 50 Cent got there. Now, a lot of times when Joe Budden tells stories, he put 10 on 2. But I told y'all, Joe wasn't going to play with 50 Cent. And I told y'all, even his response to 50 Cent was careful. And this response to 50 Cent was no response. It was like, yeah, he going to do what he going to do. And Joe Budden said, hey, there's certain people I play with, but he not going to be one of them. He said something to that extent. But I respect Joe for knowing his line, and I respect Joe for knowing his stance. Joe, like, yo, I'm too old to be out here getting ran down on 50 Cent, too gangster. He got too much money. And when you dealing with somebody like Tax Tone and they got somebody running down on you, Tax Tone is in the streets really, but he don't have enough resources and reach to do anything with you. But when you look at 50 Cent, not only is 50 Cent gangster himself, he has a reputation for being gangster, and he got people around him, and he got the money and the resources. It's a big difference when you got the money and the resources, and when you around, you don't got to call gangsters, because gangsters are already around you, and gangsters are putting that work just because they know the protocol. Like, I remember a long time ago, this is a true story. It was something that was going on in the projects where I was from, right? And a whole little situation jumped off. And then one of my cousin homies, he came to help me with the situation, right? And when he came to help me, people was like, yo, I saw you run right over there to help him. He was like, man, his cousin, my man's. Why not help him now and get it out the way? Because I know he gonna call me later to help him. I can just help him now and get everything out the way, and we do what we gotta do. So essentially, that situation ended up turning into a situation where we everything was squashed. Nothing really happened. A little situation happened, but nothing crazy. Nobody shot, nobody stabbed, nobody beat up, nothing like that. But that's just how some people function. When you really in that street life and you really got homies, you know, if I'm outside right now and I see my homie, one of my close homies, if I see his son getting jumped on, or I see his girl getting disrespected, or whatever, I'm going to go over there and try to intercede with, hey, bro, what's going on over here? Hey, man, that's my homie girl. I mean, I don't know what y'all got going on, but you being disrespectful right now. Hey, we don't want no problems right now. We just, like, whatever going on, we can talk it out man to man. You ain't got to talk to, whatever that situation may be, right? That's how you can get that situation underhand. But you might as well get it together now, because later your homie gonna call you, hey, man, you know, you be out west. Hey, you ever be on this block? Hey, man, you ever, and the worst call would be is your homie say, yo, yeah, my girl told me she got into a little situation today. Oh, yeah, what happened? Oh, man, you know what happened? She told me you was there. She looked you right in the eyes. You turned off and walked. Now you look fool. You know what I'm saying? So, Joe Budden handled it right, but also at the same time, I would like Joe to show the same humility that he showed to these other guys that he showed to 50 Cent. Like I said in one of my other videos, I don't like people who pick and choose. I don't like people who feel like they can be tough with people that they know they can squash, they can step over, they can stomp. But then when it comes to somebody who gonna bring that same energy or maybe even more energy, you look at them and be like, nah, I'ma just relax on that. But y'all hit that subscribe button if you want more updates on Joe Budden, 50 Cent, or 42 Dugg. If you want more hip hop and celebrity updates, also hit that subscribe button. And if you haven't, you made it to the end of the video, man, just hit the like button. Check out my original Chicago hood movie in the end screen, No Time to Play Fair. If you into sneakers, you a sneakerhead, you love seeing the new Jordans, Pumas, whatever it may be, subscribe to Kicking It with Fairplay 2333. If you trying to follow me on my basketball journey, my weightlifting and fitness journey, and also be inspired to get back on your fitness journey, subscribe to Fairplay, Flex, and Fadeaway. Also, any of these pages I just named, you can also find them on TikTok or Instagram.